Hey guys, what's going on? Sharp Thinking here. So today I wanted to talk about this guy. This is the 920 from ZT. It's a Les George collaboration. This is no longer available. So this is going to become part of my Rewind series where we talk about the good old days. And man, what a sharp looking knife. I wish ZT still made things of this nature. Could it use improvement? Absolutely. I think the actual Les George knives and even Hinderers, Striders, all that stuff could be improved upon. And I think that goes for anything in life. I think everything has room for improvement. But yeah, I really want to talk about this guy because it's doing a lot of very cool things. And, its price and availability for what you're getting is kind of cool. It's got some performance differences that I would probably say are maybe not the most desirable. But if you're trying to expand out into this kind of, material design and fit and finish in a knife, kind of hard to beat this. I think these were around 300 when they were available. A Les George now will cost you between 550 to 700, I would say. So we're talking a couple $100 difference, almost double the price. But yeah, for what it is, I think it does a lot. And it does come at a cost, and everything comes at a cost. A lot of times people will think I'm pointing a finger or not appreciative of things as they are. I understand fully within context what this is. And I like it. I like it a lot. I wish ZT would go back to stuff like this and stuff like this. I think this was, part of their glory days as a company. But getting back to it, basically what this is it is a kind of departure from any model that Les George actually produces, which is often the case with these ZT collaborations. You'll notice the 0560, the 0562, all that stuff. They don't really super closely resemble, they closely resemble the designer's influence, but they don't really take to one model. And that's the case with this. So it's kind of just a Les George design done by ZT. And I think it's pretty cool. Couple highlights on this guy. It has contoured titanium handles. That is kind of big money. Typically you won't get that under, I would say, 400 to 500, which is something pretty special about this guy. The blade, it's a big old piece of 20 CV. Now this one is not mine, and it was actually tested multiple times. So you can see those dents there. That is from a Rockwell hardness tester, and it came out to 60, which is not super optimal. It's better than I thought it was gonna be, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would probably fall around 59 if I had to guess. But obviously, ideally, we know now that these are better. These steels being M390, 20 CV, what's this one? What is this steel? Does it say on it? Oh, CTS 204P on this guy. They're all very similar, and they're all better around 62, give or take. So that is something that is a shortcoming of the design. But here's the crazy part. I don't think Les George is running his stuff where it's supposed to be. I could be totally off. I know Hinderer does not, Strider does not, CRK, Tim Reeve actually And I kind of was not excited for him to take over CRK. He actually seems to be taking quite an interest in steel and heat treat, which is phenomenal to see, because that is part of, or a pretty significant part of the performance of the knife. But 60 is about dead average for a production M390 or 20 CV blade. It's riding on ball bearings, as you can see. This thing is very fun to play with. It's very smooth. This was sort of the peak ball bearing flipper era, and that is probably part of the reason why this knife had such a chokehold on its prospective market. Gold standoffs here. I am a big fan of the kind of gray, silver, black, and gold. I like that look, and I love how they did that here. The gold is kind of the loudest color, and they really just kind of threw a tiny bit in there to just keep it less flashy. Once you get, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen guys running bright anodized parts on Glocks. That to me is tacky, super tacky. This looks really nice, really clean. This, I believe, is not the factory clip. I think it's an Emerson clip. But man, this is a beautiful knife, in my opinion. Yeah, but it is a shame that ZT has moved away from many of these collaborations. I think they have started to cut out sort of collaboration projects. I know Sinkovich was on board for a while. That was one of the better, more decent ones. My favorite ZTs are the Emersons, the Ken Onions. In fact, I have a 0200 on the way that I'm going to make a video on, and I'm so looking forward to that. That is such a fun knife, such a great design, and yeah, I mean, I think ZT really does something cool. Now, if it comes to absolute end user stuff, I don't know. But I think for collecting and stuff of that sort, you really are, in the Emerson's case, getting a nicer version of the Emerson that might be a little bit better for a collector. But this is a great way to like dip your toe in a kind of style from a maker to see if you like it before you shell out a couple $100. The interesting thing is a lot of times these makers, when you buy their knives, you're basically going to take a very minimal loss. Now Hinderu these days, well, these days you'll take a loss on basically anything outside of a CRK. Just because the economy and the industry is kind of in shambles. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm getting too sidetracked here. That's how my brain goes. You know, I just talk and talk and talk. But these are very cool. I think a lot of guys are going to be surprised that I like this. Now, I think it's only fair that I do a full kind of proper sharp thinking breakdown on this guy where I talk a little bit of shit. I'm gonna do that now. This guy is pretty thick behind the edge. You know, am I expecting ZT to change? No. Is it a cost saving measure? Probably. Handles are actually really comfortable. I mean, look at the rounding on that. Look at that. I want to talk shit. I literally can't talk shit about this. It's crazy. I mean, if you rebladed this, you'd probably have one of the more comfortable handles. This could be a hot spot here. I really doubt it would be because of how much surface area you have. The clip, that's always going to be a hot spot in my opinion. Other than that, it's like the grind and the Rockwell hardness. That's it. And then the fact that the liner travels, but it's steel. So, you know, it's kind of not the end of the world. But yeah, these are really cool. I'm going to try to get you guys more Kershaw's ET historical kind of videos coming, like I did with the Breakout. I'll try to get an Echelon. Maybe I'll reach out to the guy that I know I sold my tilt to, see if he still has it, and I can maybe do a video on that or something like that. I don't know. But I am loving these throwback videos. They're so much fun for me to go back down and kind of remember how things were, where we came from, where we're at now. And yeah, so I'll leave you with that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next.